If your blood sugar levels are high right now and you want to bring them down as fast as humanly possible, then this video may be one of the most important ones that you ever watch. High blood sugar is not random. It's not your body failing, and it's definitely not a moral judgment about what you just ate. In most cases, three things are happening at the same time. First, glucose is lingering in the bloodstream instead of being pulled into your muscle cells. Second, your liver is producing and secreting extra glucose, often triggered by stress hormones and excess liver fat. And third, insulin signaling is impaired because your cells have become insulin resistant. So the fastest way to lower your blood sugar levels isn't some kind of magic potion. It's about pulling multiple metabolic levers that all push your biology in the same direction. Increased glucose uptake, reduced excess liver glucose output, improved insulin sensitivity, and calm the hormonal signals that push blood sugar higher. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you with these 5 powerful science-backed strategies. And your blood sugar levels will come down faster than ever. Let's start with the one that works even when insulin isn't cooperating. Number 1, muscular activation. If your blood sugar is running high and you want the fastest, safest way to bring it down, move. As simple as that. Because when your muscles contract, they can pull glucose out of the bloodstream at exponential rates. All of that without needing insulin. That's a big deal. Why, you may be asking? Because when you are insulin resistant, insulin is the very signal that is struggling to work properly. Think of insulin like a key and your cells like the locks. When you have insulin resistance, you still have multiple of those insulin keys, but the lock is just sticky and the key cannot turn properly to open the door. As a result, glucose struggles to get inside of your cells. But here's the beauty of muscle contraction. It opens a completely different door, a door that doesn't need an insulin key. When you walk, climb stairs, do squats, or even perform light movement around the house, your muscles activate these tiny vesicles known as glucose transporters type 4. These vesicles then go to the outermost layer of the cell, and they facilitate the diffusion of glucose from the bloodstream and into the muscle cell, essentially vacuuming sugar out of the bloodstream and placing it inside of your muscle cells where it belongs. This is the reason why a simple walk can help even when medications or food changes are not doing the trick. And by the way, this isn't just my theory. Human studies consistently show that walking for 10 to 15 minutes after meals significantly reduces post-meal blood sugar elevations, and it improves your blood sugar levels throughout the whole day. Not intense exercise, not punishment, just simple movement like walking. And you know what's even more fascinating? The benefits continue even after you stop exercising. Muscle insulin sensitivity stays elevated for hours, meaning that your body keeps handling glucose more effectively long after you stop movement. Now, here's something that most people don't know. If walking isn't possible, maybe because you are stuck at work or you have some kind of joint pain or you're traveling, you can still activate one of the most powerful glucose clearing muscles in your whole body, the soleus muscle, that deep calf muscle built for endurance. Researchers have shown that repeatedly raising and lowering your heels while seated, also known as the soleus push-up, dramatically increases local glucose uptake and oxidative metabolism. Yes, in other words, you can improve blood sugar levels while you are sitting down. So, if your blood sugar is high right now, go on a walk for 10 to 15 minutes. But if you're stuck at work on your desk, sit tall and lift your heels up and down continuously. In the study I showed, the subjects saw significant results in their blood sugar levels with 120 minutes of consistent soleus push-ups. And if your blood sugar numbers don't drop instantly, that doesn't mean that it failed. Muscles continue pulling glucose for hours. You're not just flipping a switch, you're opening a glucose drain. Number 2, drink water, because dehydration increases glucose concentration. This one sounds almost too simple, which is exactly why it often gets ignored. When blood sugar rises, your kidneys attempt to excrete excess glucose through the urine, but glucose pulls water with it, meaning that high blood sugar leads to fluid loss. And dehydration doesn't remove sugar from the bloodstream, it concentrates it. Imagine dissolving the same spoonful of sugar in a full glass of water versus a half-empty glass of water. Same sugar, but higher concentration in the glass that has less water. That's what dehydration does to your glucose readings. It can make your numbers look worse and make it harder for your body to correct them. Hydration also affects hormonal balance. When you're dehydrated, this hormone known as vasopressin rises. This hormone is associated with glucose regulation, but also linked to impaired glucose control and higher diabetes risk when it's chronically elevated. Now, here's an important clarification. Water does not flush sugar out of your bloodstream. That's not real physiology. What hydration does is support blood volume, kidney filtration, circulation, and hormone stability, all of which allow glucose-lowering mechanisms to function properly. So if your glucose is elevated, drink a full glass of water. Then sip steadily over the next hour or so. No panic chugging, just consistent hydration. Number 3, don't skip your next meal. Use it strategically. This is where many people accidentally sabotage themselves. You see a high glucose reading and immediately think,
I should not be eating my next meal.
Or
I need to fast longer.
But if you're insulin resistant, skipping meals can actually backfire. Because when you don't eat, your body is not thinking,
perfect, now let's clear blood glucose.
It thinks,
oh, there's an energy shortage right now.
This leads to a rise in stress hormones, especially cortisol and glucagon. And those hormones send a very clear message to your liver.
Release glucose.
So instead of calming your numbers, your liver ends up dumping more glucose into the bloodstream. Yes, even though you didn't eat. Instead, use your next meal as a metabolic reset. And the way you do that is through high fiber, low saturated fat, whole unprocessed foods. No low carb extremes, no high fat ketogenic swings, especially because high consumption of saturated fat worsens insulin resistance. So what you need is fiber-rich, lower in saturated fat, plant foods. Research consistently shows that diets that are high in fiber and low in saturated fat improve hepatic insulin sensitivity. That means your liver responds better to the signals of insulin and reduce inappropriate liver glucose output, the main driver of stubborn high fasting blood sugar levels. So your reset meal should look something like this. Large volume of vegetables or greens, legumes like beans or lentils, whole food starches like potatoes, oats, or intact grains, and minimal added fats. Now, I know what you may be thinking.
But those foods that you just talked about spike my blood sugar levels.
Right now, they might. But that spike is a symptom of insulin resistance, not proof that that food is actually harmful. As insulin sensitivity improves, those same foods that I mentioned lead to steadier, more predictable, flatter blood sugar control. The problem isn't the carbs, it's the insulin resistance traffic jam. We've helped thousands of people with this exact same problem become more insulin sensitive through our free recipes. Go ahead and comment guide below and I'll send you free meal plans that will help you reverse insulin resistance. Number 4, calm your nervous system because stress hormones raise your blood sugar. Blood sugar is not controlled by food alone. It's primarily controlled by hormones, and stress hormones are powerful. When you're anxious, rushed, or frustrated about a high blood sugar number, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, and all that your liver hears is
Emergency. Release glucose now.
your body doesn't distinguish from being in front of a tiger or reading an email that stressed you out. And this is the reason why blood sugar can rise even when you have not eaten anything. And also the reason why stress management is not optional. It's a metabolic necessity. Clinical research shows that practices like slow breathing, mindfulness, yoga, and relaxation training can improve glycemic control, sometimes without changes in weight or calories, because they reduce the very signals that are driving your liver to secrete extra glucose into the bloodstream. Here's something simple that you can try immediately. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, and then exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat this exercise for 2 to 3 minutes. That longer exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's calm mode. Less cortisol, less glucose dumping. So, movement opens the drain, nutrition clears the clog, and relaxation turns down the faucet. This way, glucose drains from your bloodstream like it's supposed to, like a well-working sink. And lastly, number 5, track your fasting glucose levels because data beats guesswork. Now, this step doesn't lower your blood sugar in 15 minutes, but it prevents years of confusion. Fasting blood sugar is one of the clearest reflections of liver insulin sensitivity. When your fasting numbers trend downwards over weeks, it means that your liver is secreting less glucose overnight. And that right there is root cause improvement, not just symptom management. Track consistently, not obsessively. You're going to be looking for patterns: dinner timing, sleep quality, fiber intake, stress, movement, and saturated fat intake. Over time, that data is going to tell you a story. You'll be able to go back in time and see the days where you exercised, your blood sugar was better. The days that you ate too much saturated fat, your blood sugar was worse. And over time, this data is going to help you make better and better decisions. And once your insulin sensitivity improves, the emergency highs are rarely going to happen. So here's the big picture for you. Each strategy targets a different part of the overall system. Movement clears blood sugar immediately. Hydration supports circulation and hormones. Nutrition restores insulin sensitivity. Stress regulation reduces liver glucose release. And tracking leads to long-term correction. None of these hack blood sugar. They remove the reasons why it's high in the first place. And when those reasons disappear, something incredible happens. Your blood sugar levels stop feeling fragile. Your meals stop feeling scary. And your body starts responding the way that it's designed to. Again, if you want help applying this, comment guide below and I'll send you free meal plans. These meals are designed to restore insulin sensitivity, stabilize glucose, and make food feel safe again. Because managing diabetes isn't about reacting to your numbers. Reversing insulin resistance is changing the biology underneath them. And once that biology shifts, everything gets easier. If this video helped you out, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with somebody that might need the help. Until next time, keep taking care of your metabolism, and your metabolism will take care of you. See you later. Bye.